in a chill living room, leather-bound chairs, aroma of cigars hangs thick in the air. I'm cigar making, the host with flair, welcoming my guest, a legendary face with stories to spare.
A puff a minute, bringing tales untold. In the smoky haze, connections unfold. With a puff of smoke, a bond is made. No time to waste, let the memories cascade.
Family, what's good? You know what it is right now, y'all. It's once again time to sit down, light up a stick, man, and enjoy another Cigars and Conversations with your family. From a puff a minute, I'm your man, Cigar Mick.
It's the banker, people.
And if you haven't done it already, I'm going to encourage you right here at the top. Just go right now. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe button, all right? Don't even wait. If you're watching us or listening to us on Spotify, just go ahead and subscribe right now, man. Make sure that you subscribe right here at the top because, you know, sometimes y'all don't even hang out with us to the end. So I'm going to tell you right now at the beginning, man, subscribe, man, so you always know when we coming at you with something brand new. Now, what do we do here? All right.
We always got to start with what we smoking, man.
We start with what we smoking, family.
Yeah,
so let's tell the people what we smoking today.
Hey, I got blessed this morning. I told my guy, I said, man, I need a Maduro this morning.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not a breakfast smoke person. I'm not a light smoke. I like what I like. Yes. So I said, you know what? I could use a Maduro. I went straight to that. But the funny thing is, and you're going to talk about this a little bit when you talk about you smoking. The funny thing is, I feel like my boy getting typecast. So once again, I'm going to read this off because I've not smoked this before. This is the Blackened by Drew Estate.
Drew Estate, baby.
By Drew Estate, man.
Yeah.
Drew always got 1,000 million, him and Rocky got 1,000 million blends, right?
Yes, exactly.
But at the same time, the dude keeps putting out great product, man. And this is another one right behind that. So this is a Nicaraguan filler with a guess what the rapper is. A Mexican San Andreas.
Come on. Yep.
On the wrapper, right? But dope smoke. And this is a Maduro. Once again, Maduro doesn't mean strong, right? Maduro means full flavor. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a head high, you're going to be buzzed out of control or what have you. So keep that in mind when you say, I want a Maduro, I want to smoke, you know, a Nicaraguan filler or whatever the case may be. It's like, it's not always about being a strong cigar. It's about your flavor palette.
Yeah.
So just like when you drink wines or whatever, you don't have to drink red when you drink, you know, you eat red meat or what have you. You can drink whatever you want to drink.
Yeah.
So same difference, right? But yes, beautiful smoke. This is the Blackened once again by Drew Estate. Enjoying it already. I'm in the first third.
There you go,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Exactly, man. I don't know what it is, man, about these blends, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think I am a little bit typecast right now, man. So today, I'm smoking that Hoya Silver. You know what I'm saying? Done by Hoya Nicaragua. The Hoya de Nicaragua. Hoya, the silver is actually in celebration of their 50th year, right? This is a company that's been around for a long, so you know, like silver anniversary, right? The 50th anniversary. So yeah, and once again, man, this one right here has got that that Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, you know, the Mexican San Andreas binder on it, man, and the Nicaraguan fillers, man. So again, this is just something that I don't know, I've been gravitating to lately, man. You know, that blend, bro, it's just something that it just, I don't know, it just be calling me.
And that's a different size I'm looking at.
Yeah,
you got the box press with
little box press Corona, man. So yeah, it's a nice little, you know, little side stick right here, man, for the morning time. You know, just to get me started, man, get my engine revving.
Yeah.
You know, and I made me some of that coffee that we be having in the back of the lounge. We don't have no regular coffee, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of weird, man, when I paired it with this, because this is kind of like a coconut coffee.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I was just like, okay, that kind of, you know, but yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, it kind of paired up a little weird at first, man, but I'm starting to like it now.
That's what's up, man.
That's what I'm doing. So,
that's what's up. Yeah, we're getting the morning started.
Exactly.
So what's been going on, man? What's on the top of the mind?
I mean, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man. But you know, first and foremost, you know, the news reports came out this morning, man, because I'm gonna get on this whole election thing, right? But did you see that it came down for, you know, remember when America's mayor, you know, Giuliani, you know, tried to, you know, bring these cases against these young ladies down in Georgia, man, for election fraud. Well, they finally threw the book at him. You know what I'm saying? He's got 7 days to comply, bro, but he got to pay these cats, pay them out something like $148 million, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, you know, and it's not like, it's a judgment type of case, which is crazy. So they like taking all his stuff. You know what I mean? Like his apartment, his cars, his TVs, you know, his just jewelry, his, you know, just everything, you know. And he's only got 7 days, you know, to comply. So there's really not a whole lot of time to like appeal it or this, that, and that. Because he tried. I think the reason why they did that is because he tried to misuse bankruptcy laws and stuff like that. You know, to try to skirt around it and get around it and all of that type of stuff. But that just goes to show you, you know, that there is a semblance of justice, you know what I'm saying, to some of this nonsense that's been taking place, man, with, you know, some of this election, you know, nonsense that had taken place in that last one, you know, with everybody trying to, you know, force people to change votes and, you know, and do all of that type of stuff, man. So, you know, which brings us up till today, because I am very concerned. You know, we got 13 days, man.
We got 13 days to the election,
right?
We
got 13 days. And I know like we hit our audience over the head a lot, man, you know, talking about, you know, the election, you know, the parties involved and all of that type of stuff. But at this stage of the game, with 13 days left to go, I almost feel like it would be disingenuous, you know what I'm saying, if we didn't talk about what's at stake. You know what I mean?
And like, my thinking, not to cut you off, but my thinking always is, right, like, like, not just disingenuous, right, but not to be real and say, okay, this is not what's top of mind for a puff a minute, right?
Yeah.
Because we talk about this offline all the time anyway.
Exactly.
I'm like, shoot, we gonna come and turn on the camera. We might as well talk about what we talking about anyway.
Let's talk about
what we always say, right? We don't plan none of this.
Exactly.
We come out, we say what we got to talk about, but absolutely, it would be remiss of us to not talk about it, right? Because it is so important. It's so impactful to our everyday lives, right? And what's happening right now is so many things. I got so many thoughts running through my mind already. Already, man. But you started talking about that, right? You started talking about the battleground states, right? We saw Pennsylvania. He goes to Pennsylvania, does the whole thing. They asked him the question again about the cats and dogs. Couldn't answer that. Then you started talking to his VP candidate, right? The VP candidate don't even want to even address it. So I'm like, okay, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like, when have you ever seen a VP and a presidential candidate so separated from each other? And the VP candidate, who was a staunch Trumpist, not a Republican, and we saw this and I don't even want to get on that, but what we should too talk about Arizona, right? Arizona is one of the hardest run Republican states, right, in the union. One of the last ones to adopt the Martin Luther King holiday, one of the last ones to adopt certain things like Affordable Care Act, different programs that came through. They was one of the staunchest Republican states, right, when it came to conservatism. And they even came out and said, hey, we got to stop being Trumpists and we got to start talking about the real Republican Party.
Exactly.
And I was like, okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with that point of view.
Even McCain's, what's her name? Was his daughter a widow or whatever? Even she came out and said, listen.
I didn't see that.
She said, time out for all of this right now. She said, we Republicans, but right now we got to put party aside and put the country first. And she's like, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. You know, and she was encouraging, you know, Republicans to vote for Kamala Harris. So at the end of the day, man, you know, it's funny that you mentioned, you know, J.D. Vance, right? Because it's not even about Trump anymore. Trump is so far gone, to be perfectly honest with you, right? I'm not really concerned about this dude no more, right? I'm more concerned about the people who are propping this dude up, right? I'm more concerned after this election about the J.D. Vances. I'm more concerned about the Elon Musk. Elon Musk, those are the immigrants that you need to be concerned about, right? This dude who came from South America, you know, the apartheid dude, you know, and all of that type of stuff, who's propping this guy. These are the people, the ones with the money, you know what I'm saying, the ones who are really behind Project 2025, you know what I'm saying, and all of that type. These are the people you really need to be concerned with. But, you know, because Trump is just a figurehead at this point. That dude is so far gone, man. Like you know, if you watch any of his rallies and stuff like that, like after 6 p.m., man, he's sundowning, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even know what he's talking about.
He one of the old guys. You schedule a late meeting.
Come on, man. I mean, he might not even be around by January 6th, man. They may be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be like, you know, I'm not even trying to be facetious and funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? This election, man, before you know it, Vance will be sitting in that seat, right? This is what's really at stake at this point, bro. At the end of the day, man. So, you know, so these are the people that you really need to look at. And, you know, everybody, like, they're holding Trump up front, you know what I'm saying? But you can't see what, you know, with the hand that's behind the back, what's really going on and stuff like that, bro. So again, he's just a figurehead at this point. That's what worries me. What also worries me is all of the talk about, which is already being put out, right? Which a lot of it has already been relegated to offshore IT interference, right, through social media about violence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Following the election, up until the certification. You know what I'm saying? Because we are dumbass Americans who are just sitting back waiting to hear this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is like on pins and needles, prepared, right, for all of this violence, because that's how easily manipulated we are. Right? And they've already, you know, noted that, you know, that Russia's behind it, China's behind it, Iran is behind it, you know, and all of this type of stuff. Because, again, these are countries that have, you know, a stake in the fall of the United States. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they got a dog in the fight, bro. So, again, if you can continue to cause turmoil and cause people to not trust one another and cause, you know, to stir up all types of turmoil within, you know, that's how you get a nation to fall, right? And we just going for a hook, line, and sinker, bro. You know, at the end of the day. So I don't really care. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, was it, what, 4 years? It was, what, 8 years ago, man, when I said, bro, this could be the last president. You remember I said that?
You did.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't know where people stand, man, as far as biblical eschatology. I don't know where people stand as far as, you know, just on anything, bro. But I just strongly feel, bro, like we are so close to the end, bro, when it comes to the United States of America, man.
It's a weird time, bro.
It's a scary time, bro.
Was that Pennsylvania that he also talked about if Trump doesn't win, it'll spark the Civil War again? And I'm so glad to have a president on this side of it. I know we'll win the war if we have to go to war. And I was like, wow. I was like, such outrageous speak, right? And in terms of people having free choice. It was like the whole intention of it was for people to have free choice. Even God gave us a free choice, right? He said, I'll let you ruin yourself before I tell you what to do and how to run your life, right? That's why he gave us free choice. You gonna tell the government that they ain't gonna give us free choice? That's a crazy concept. Right, so they're basically saying you need to do this, do that, or do that, or we're gonna do this. I'm like, that's crazy. You giving us ultimatums versus it being real free choice.
It's crazy, bro. It's very crazy. You know what's crazy is, you know, it's just like the media. The media is stupid, bro. The media goes out and they look for, you know, controversy. You know what I'm saying? Contrarian, so to speak. You know, and they'll go and find the one, you know, the one black person in New York City, you know what I'm saying, who's a Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying? And that's the, like, CNN will go find that one person, and that's the person that they'll interview, right? And then they'll come back and they'll say, you know, 21% of African American men under the age of 50 support Trump. Well, I don't necessarily believe that, number one, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know, what happens is you create this frenzy, right, of putting the spotlight on young African-American men, like the election depends on you guys. It depends on you guys. Now, don't get me wrong. I want young brothers to vote, all right? But that's not where this election is going to pass or fail. You understand me?
But
overall, we make up about 4% of the electorate, black men.
Right.
Overall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not get it twisted, man. Now you got Obama giving speeches, you know what I'm saying, about, you know, black men not stepping up, you know what I'm saying, and doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, bro, let's call it what it is. Women need to get out and vote, right? It's women's rights that are under attack, okay? So, and just like they had to do in the past, women need to get out and vote. Specifically, white women need to get out and vote, all right? At the end of the day, right? So, I mean, I'm just going to call it what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if white women don't get out this time, and they don't get out there and they don't vote for their rights, right? And they sit out there and they let their, you know, misogynistic husbands, you know, control what they think and what they feel, you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the other thing, then we're going to be in the same problems that we have, but it's going to be 10 times worse at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah.
You're right, bro. I mean, but it's a crazy thing. Now, I was going to go back to one of the points you made. Like, it's crazy to think that Trump is almost like a lame duck candidate at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
It almost, like you said, he a figurehead, right? At this point, it's like he ain't really got no position. He doesn't have a plan. He's just a character.
Talking nonsense, bro.
He's just a character standing up there on stage every time he get a chance to speak. I was like, that's a crazy thing to think about, that's your candidate.
Exactly.
And that's the candidate that everybody's trying to back. But I go back to the other point you just made too, talking about the voter demographics, right? Like, we started talking about black people represent what, 12-13% of the population in the US, period. Then you started talking about what does that look like from an electoral vote standpoint. We don't even know who on the electoral college, so who even knows? But at the same time, I can't imagine it's more than 1 to 2%, right, of the black vote. Then you start talking about, like you said, the young black vote, the black men vote, and them getting out and voting. Those demographics get crazy, bro. You start talking about who's really voting, and then what are they voting for, and what are they compassionate about. You start talking about, I know you said the white women, you are absolutely right. White women need to get out and vote, but at the same time, I'm talking about black women that are dying at a higher rate when it comes to pregnancy, when it comes to health issues, all that kind of stuff.
But black women are gonna vote. That's my point. Black women are going to vote, right? What? First of all, let's keep it real, right? Any melanated person, right, in general, right? I don't care if you are African American, if you are Latino. You know what I'm saying? If you are Asian Pacific, what do you have in common, right, with a candidate, right, who affiliates himself with white supremacy, right? What do you have in common with a candidate who basically says that, you know, law enforcement has carte blanche, no accountability, right? I don't care, like, who you are, like, you know what I'm saying? So again, you're not voting with a candidate like that, right? Regardless, right? I don't care. So what I'm trying to say is the people who are going to have to really think about this, right, is not gonna be people who are melanated, because we already know, right? We ain't got nothing to do with David Duke, right? We ain't got nothing to do with Proud Boys. You know what? The people who are actually coming out and endorsing this dude. You see what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing to do with that, right? The ones who are those unicorns that they're going out and finding to stand up and say, we're with Trump, right? They're doing it for likes, man. They're doing it for social media. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it for likes. But at the end of the day, you're not going to see 20%. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it'll be like, you know, 4 years ago where maybe you had 12% that voted for Trump or whatever the case was, right? But it's not going to be the same. So at the end of the day, man, like, stop it with the nonsense. Stop trying to make this thing bigger than what it is. You know, that's really what I'm coming down to.
I can't remember what city that was, but I'm going to just go ahead and say our audience is grown enough. We're going to say the niggas for Trump. And I can't remember what city that was in, but they was walking around with them signs, niggas for Trump. Like, what the hell
Probably
is that?
Florida, bro, because Florida is just weird. You know what I'm saying?
But I was just like, what the hell? Like, okay, that ain't nothing but shock value. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're voting for. You just out here trying to get some shock value. Like you said, if it's for likes or whatever. But to sit up there and say niggas for Trump, come on now. Come on now.
And at the end of the day, bro, if that's the way that you want to label yourself, You know what I'm saying? I don't want to associate with you anyway.
But what did he say? He said, "Where's my African American?"
Yeah.
And then he said, "What was the last one?" He was like, "The blacks, the blacks." You the black? He's like, "What the hell is the black?" You know what I'm saying? Like black jobs and stuff. I'm like, that's what y'all voting for?
It's the lights are in my eyes and I can't see. I can only see the black folks. That's how far I've come. Come on, man. Like, stop it with this, man. Like, everything is a dog whistle, and everything is a dog whistle towards the white supremacists, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you can't see that, then you just ain't tuned in.
And there got to be
at the end of the day.
Because everybody keeps harking back to that, oh, we made more money under Trump, blah, 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 the economy was better. The numbers don't lie. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. We haven't gotten back to the numbers of the Obama administration since Obama, right?
Exactly.
So I'm like, even with Biden or Trump, we haven't gotten back to those numbers in the economy. We haven't got back to those levels of affordability, being able to go to the grocery store. Like, come on now.
Exactly.
Why am I going and spending $8 for a gallon of milk?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
And we right back to where we was when we was in the Bush era, where you got to make a decision between buying gas and buying groceries.
Exactly right.
That's a crazy concept.
Exactly right.
And nobody's paying attention. All they're listening to is this stupid rhetoric versus what is the reality of everyday life.
Right.
And of course, I always go back to small business, right? I'm always thinking about what are the factors that are affecting small business. They have less access to capital. The interest rates are still out of whack. They don't match up. People can't invest in real estate because now we're talking cap rates about to get out of whack. I'm like, I don't even want to go too in depth, and I might speak over some people's heads.
Nah,
but at the same time, bro, there's a lot of factors in the economy that make our economy strong that are getting ruined on a day-to-day basis.
But the president fixes all of that, right?
So said, bro.
See, that's my point, bro. If people like, come on, y'all. This is not like you're gonna put somebody in office and bread's gonna get cheaper. Like, stop it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different factors that are involved in everything, man. At the end of the day, so you know, like people oversimplify things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the president doesn't determine how much gas costs.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, stop it, bro. Big business does. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you're going to not hold big business accountable, right, then of course they're going to continue to, why not just continue to raise prices? Why not just continue to, you know what I'm saying, to fleece the sheep? You know what I mean? Why not? If it wasn't for, you know, the Biden administration, the pharmaceutical companies will still be running rampant and charging the higher prices like they were before.
Yeah.
But they were called to the carpet and held accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, if it wasn't for that administration, right, under, you know, the Trump administration, they were doing what they wanted to do.
Martin Shkreli.
Yeah, and had help with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So come on, bro. So again, at the end of the day, man, this is a critical, man. Not just for some people, but for everybody, man. But for whatever reason, you know, some of us walk through life with blinders on. And some of us aren't going to understand it until it's too late. But here's the problem. When it's too late, it's too late.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able, there's no do-over.
Yeah.
There won't be a do-over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once it's too late, once it's gone, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you remember that movie, 12 Years a Slave?
Oh, yeah.
It just comes to mind, right? 12 Years a Slave, right? So if you remember that main character, and I can't remember his name in the movie, he was doing pretty good in the beginning, right? He was up north, man, living in this nice house. Kids was dressed good. He had his good job. He had his good black job, right?
Solomon Northrop.
Yes. Say it again.
Solomon Northrop.
Solomon Northrop, yeah. Had his good black job, man. What was he, teaching people violin or something? I don't know what it was.
He played violin.
Played the fiddle, you know, he had a good job, man, and all of that type of stuff. He was doing pretty damn good, right? Until, right, some people came up, right? You might even call them MAGAs. You know what I'm saying? They say, yo, we can make money selling black folks to the South.
Yeah.
He said, well, they supposed to be, you know, escaped slaves. Who gonna know? Right? So they came and got Solomon, took his good, nice clothes, put him in some rags, you know what I'm saying? Threw him on the train. or on the boat or whatever, set his butt south.
Yeah.
Okay? It was too late for him.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And that's what it is right now. A lot of these people feel like, oh, we got it good. It doesn't apply to us.
Right.
Feel me? Until it's going to be too late. Right? And those same Magites, right, that threw Mr. Northam in there or what have you, guess who they became later on? Right? Those are the same ones who became NYPD. They didn't have no training back then. You know what I'm saying? They was just signing up, trying to make some money, trying to do what they can do or whatever. They rode on their racism. You see what I'm saying? They rode on their white supremacist views in life, right? And that's what put them in authority, right? And they later on became, you know, the police state, so to speak, right? We're going through this again, whether people see it or not. We're going through this again. And there's going to be a lot of people who feel like they got it good right now, black, white, and other, right, who are going to end up in some shit. Pardon my French, but I can't say it no other way because it's going to be too late once we get down the road. Once we get further down the road in this thing. Trust me, if we don't put a stop to it right now. Now I'm starting to get passionate. If we don't put a stop to this right now, there's nothing. This election should not even be close, right? Because there's nothing that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are even close to having in common. So you either believe this way or you believe that way. And so there's no way in the world that this should be a close election.
And are you going to believe in the stupid rhetoric? Oh, is she black? Is she not black? Is she?
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. All right, that's nonsense, bro. That's just there to cause
it's a monkey
noise.
wrench. It's like you ever worked on a car, right? And then you be sitting there twerking something down. Next you know your wrench fall into the engine, right? And then you be like, oh shit, I lost my lug nut, I lost this, whatever, right? And you be like, it's irrelevant. At the end of the day, it's gonna fall out the bottom. It ain't gonna matter at the end of the day.
Thank you.
It's not gonna matter.
Thank you.
I think about it just that way. I was like, they throw these little things in the mix, right? We always talk about throwing the monkey wrench in, but I was like, I've physically done it, right? I've worked on cars, and I'm sitting there working on a car. Next, you know, a thing falls in. I'm stressed out. Next, you know, where I find that screw at the bottom on the floor somewhere because I thought it was going to jack up my engine, mess up my car or whatever. But that's what they do, and they just throwing these things in the mix to get you distracted from the overall mission. I still got to change. I still got to change that part, right? Whatever it was I was working on, and it's still gonna get done, right? So it's like
I don't work on cars, but I appreciate the analogy.
Hey, but I'm a simple man, bro. I think of things in simple terms. So I'm just thinking. I was like, in my day-to-day life, I'm like, there's little things that happen all the time. We always try to throw that monkey wrench in there and make it seem like it's a bigger problem than it really is. Right. Just like if she black or she not black, who cares?
Exactly.
What are her views? What are her passions? What does her culture look like? What does she grow up in? Even I talk to my wife about this often, right? Because my wife is, and I've spoke about this before, she's Trinidadian, right? They don't call themselves black. They say I'm Trinidadian. They don't say I'm black. Just like my Dominican people, my Colombians that are melanated skin, right? They don't say I'm black, but they say I'm Colombian, I'm Dominican. But what are the factors that affect their everyday life? And it's those things that we talking about with this candidate, right, with Mr. Trump. Those things that he's talking about, instituting a police state, tax revisions, all these different things, right? Those affect melanated people more than they affect anybody else. Just the reality of the situation.
Always had.
There's structures in place that just don't allow them to get out of that structure, right? And until we started talking about the corporate infrastructure, you talked about Elon earlier, right? Elon is something else. Is that PA too, right? He's doing $1 million. You're giving them $1 million to sign up. I support the Constitution. What the hell does that mean?
Come on, man.
I support the Constitution, so I'm gonna give you $1 million because you signed up and put you in a raffle.
Come on.
There's people not paying attention, and damn if money don't distract you.
Being led to the slaughter, bro.
And damn if money don't distract you. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you I'm gonna give you $1 million for signing a petition, who knows what the hell that petition gonna lead to?
That's right.
Petitions mean something. When you see them dudes standing at the grocery store saying sign this petition, sign this, there are actual laws around signing petitions. You can't just sign stuff.
It's not allowed. Exactly. It's not a lottery. There's something behind it, bro. And again, you signing something that's going to impact your life down the road.
Yes.
You know. So I 100%, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could be on this soapbox all day long. It is very, very crucial right now. You know, that people wake up,
Yeah.
right? Because I feel like a lot of us have been asleep for a long time, right? But this is not, you know, this is not Obama McCain. You know what I'm saying? This is, man, this is it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally it, bro.
This is another level.
Yeah,
it's
a whole nother level. So, yeah. So, hey, man, if you haven't already, get out there and vote. Early voting has begun. You know what I'm saying? Lines are going to be ridiculous. Wherever you are, hang in there. You know, stay in there. If you voting by mail, I say take it to the post office. You know what I'm saying? Or at least go someplace, you know what I'm saying, that is a neighborhood that probably, it is a neighborhood where people are going to actually pick up the mail. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be coded with it, you know what I'm saying? But they probably ain't going to be picking up a whole lot of ballots in our neighborhood, in some of our neighborhoods, I should say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I don't put anything past anybody right now, man. It's going, hey, the time effery has begun.
Yeah.
You believe me?
Oh,
real talk. You know what I'm saying? So
there was a great event over the weekend, Sold to the Polls. Brought a lot of folks out that was able to early vote. That's going to continue to happen. They got people with bus routes that's picking up some of our senior citizens, some of our folks that are not able to drive and things of that nature. Great efforts going around locally. Hopefully that's happening in other people's communities as well, because it's so important. Because like you said, there's going to be situations they're going to say, oh, well, the mailbox got broken into, or the mailbox, you know, we didn't have the key. There's going to be so many different things there's going to be a lot of different things that happen. It's going to be hard for some of our folks to get out and actually go vote and find a voting center, right? And find one locally that's convenient. We still got people in some of our historic West Side neighborhoods here in Las Vegas that don't have a car, don't have transportation, and we telling them we need you to get out and vote. We got to give them every opportunity to do that and be successful in that effort. But unless we do that, man, like you said, the white woman, even the white woman vote. Then you start talking about the Hispanic vote and some of those neighborhoods, right, that are more depressed in our community. So it's like, it's a lot of factors that's going to be at play in this mix, man. But I just hope everybody just do their part. It's a reason why so many people fought for us to have this ability to have a voice in this election, right? Do your part. Whether you vote for Trump or Kamala, whatever, do what you got to do, but at the same time, do something. Don't just sit around and be like, oh, well, this happened to me and that happened to me, or woe is me. I'm like, you didn't do your part.
Exactly.
So
I know they say it every time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this election, it really matters. You know, but no, this time it really does. It really, really does, man. Every election matters. You know, but again, we can't just get into the rhythm of just getting out every 4 years. We got to get out every time, every 2 years, and what have you. But at this time, like real talk right now, man, it should be a landslide as far as the popular vote. You know what I'm saying? But even with a popular vote landslide, it's still going to be a whole lot of stuff going down. You know what I'm saying? Even after the fact. So trust and believe. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be an easy march to the White House, man. You know, for either one of these candidates, because it's going to be a lot of craziness in the streets. Which is why next week we got another special guest who's going to be up here talking about, you know, some personal protection and other things as well. You know what I'm saying? But now it's probably a good time to shut this one down, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I think we shared a lot, man. But if you haven't, or you know what, and I'm gonna put a poll up, man. So, you know, I need y'all to chime in, you know what I'm saying, in the comments. Let us know if you voted, you know what I'm saying. Let us know if you did early voting, man. What was your experience like? You know what I'm saying? Were the lines long? Let us know what state you voted in. You know, were the lines long? Did you experience any hassle? You know what I'm saying? Was it a smooth experience or what have you? You know what I'm saying? And on the Spotify, if you on the Spotify, just go ahead and hit it up on that you know, that survey that's up there. You know, let us know what kind of experience you had as well. But we're gonna shut this one down. Banker, you want to take us out, bro?
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
Yeah.
I like that. Do the survey. But you hit it on the head early on, right? So definitely, there are some people that don't hang on with us the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine, because they'll come back to it, right? Because we got the library up. Where did you say early on? YouTube. Please, please, please take your efforts over to YouTube. That's the easiest way to kind of catch our content, right? I think between Instagram and sometimes Facebook, things get lost in the shuffle. You know, you got all these algorithms working against you, but YouTube, you can go ahead, subscribe, get on there, you subscribe, click the bell link so you get the notification every time we post something new. We're also starting to do some of the shorts and the reels and things of that nature so people can get more attracted to us. Please make sure to like, comment, share, all that stuff. Especially keep doing the same thing you're doing on Instagram, because that ties over to the YouTube algorithm. I didn't know this, but I just learned this. But anyway, keep doing that work. Make sure you show us the love on Facebook as well. Facebook is still popping. We got the groups on Facebook. We got a lot of groups that we're a part of in the cigar world and the cigar community. Our brothers and sisters of the leaf, and just in enjoying this content and enjoying what a Puff a Minute is putting out. Keep doing the same thing. And like Mick said, man, Spotify, the podcast, that's like one of the best things, bro. Cause I literally listen to us in the car. I got a 45-minute ride to work in the morning. I'm gonna catch a Puff a Minute episode. I hope y'all are doing the same. Tune into a Puff a Minute while you're at the gym, you're on your walk around the neighborhood, you're walking the dog, whatever the case may be. Make sure to tune into us there as well. Man, to keep showing us that love. We appreciate y'all.
You know what?
I was going to say, only thing, we got some big events coming up too. I don't know if you was going to mention that.
I wasn't, so go ahead.
So we got the golf tournament next week.
Yes.
We got the golf tournament, Tap and Nash golf tournament. That'll be October 31st.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll see a bunch of folks out there. And then a couple weeks after that, we got Big Smoke coming back to town. Big Smoke is going to be amazing. I already know. We got a new venue, though. It's going to be a little different venue, but that's cool. The main venue always going to be the main spot where we sitting at this morning. Tap and Nash, man, Social Club, the best venue in town, in my opinion. I'm gonna just shout it out.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Mel and Michelle Runless for all the support they show us on a week-to-week basis, and definitely it's going to be a good event.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was going to say, man, we always, showing love, to everybody that follows us on YouTube, and Spotify, Facebook, Facebook, and all of that. But you know who we always leave out, man?
Who that?
You know what our fastest growing following is right now? Is actually Apple, bro. The Apple podcast people have been following us, man. That's the fastest growing group right now, right?
Okay.
And I always forget to mention them, man. So shout out to everybody who's been picking up on Apple Podcasts and following the Puff a Minute as well, man. We appreciate y'all as well. You know what I mean? So with that, man, we're gonna shut this one down. We thank y'all for joining us for another Cigars and Conversations. One more time, it's your man, Cigar Mick.
It's the Banker people.
And we'll be back next week with some more content for you. Until then, get out and vote, y'all. Alright? Next week when I see y'all, man, everybody, y'all better have y'all I just voted stickers on and everything, man, so we can talk about it a little bit more. And like I said, we're gonna have a special guest next year. Burner Less Lethal, alright? They're gonna be with us next week, and we're gonna talk a little bit about personal protection, okay? Because at the end of the day, once this thing is over and done with, man, you need to know how to take care of yourself, because it's gonna be some acting up in the streets. All right? Peace, y'all. We love you.
Peace.
Let's cherish our faith. Yeah.